Today we'll see in the video, how can we create assets without investment? Working for a while and get paid for that effort throughout your life. It is what is known as passive income. But all at zero cost. Let's go for it. Number 1. Selling pictures on the internet. The idea of this business is very, very simple. You will understand it right away. It consists of getting a return on all those pictures you have on your computer or get an economic benefit of pictures you like to take. It's okay that you do it in your city, that you do in your day-to-day. It consists of uploading the images to different agencies, which have their websites and make each photograph an asset that will provide you with passive income over time, indefinitely. It is a very simple business that requires no investment, since the sale of pictures through the internet is actually a fairly simple process, more than you can imagine. Let me explain how this business works. Some years ago, when a company or agency needed a certain picture to place in a campaign or presentation, they had two options. One was to hire a professional photographer to take the picture on demand, and that cost a lot of money. The other was to hire specialized companies that also cost a lot of money to look for pictures within their stock that fit the needs they were looking for, right? Well, as you can imagine, that situation has changed radically. Currently there are portals on the internet in which you can upload images, and then the agencies or people looking for images hire them or buy them through that portal. That portal acts as an intermediary. The process is very simple, so I will summarize it with this scheme. Once your catalog is published, the agencies will offer your pictures on their web portals. That way any possible interested party can easily buy them. Once purchased, the money will be deposited in your PayPal account so that you can transfer it to your bank account. It's that easy and simple. To get started in this business, all you need is patience and time. Because I'm telling you that you don't need to invest any money. No money is needed to start working. In other words, it is really an asset without money. Some of you will say, wait a minute, but a camera costs money, right? Well, I can tell you that in your pocket you have the right tool to do it. The cell phone is not only for WhatsApp, to look at social networks, but it is also used to earn money. And you can take advantage of the camera of your cell phone to take this kind of pictures, because nowadays almost any cell phone has a very good camera with which you can take spectacular pictures. After that, it is as simple as retouching the pictures with free software available on the internet for your computers and even for your cell phones. Then, upload those images on the agency's websites and start earning money. And to make it more effective when uploading photos on these portals and start making money, let's take a look at the 10 types of pictures that are most in demand in these agencies. The first type is people. Pictures of people in action, working in the office, or groups and families can generate very good income. The second is babies. Baby pictures are not only cute and cuddly, but they are also quite profitable. Music, as for example music-themed pictures, not only musical instruments, but also maybe people listening to music with headphones. Anything you can think of related to music. Landscapes. These types of photos are in high demand because of their beauty and multiple uses. Flowers are also very sought after for portals looking for flower decoration, floral art, etc. Flower pictures are very much in demand. Backgrounds and textures. These types of pictures are very popular, as they can be used as backgrounds for all types of campaigns. Professional pictures are also very popular, from all types of businesses, corporate pictures, pictures of people working in business, etc. Other types of pictures that are in high demand are about recycling, ecology, green living, and everything to do with nature, plastic and glass recycling, and so on. Money and everything related to banknotes, coins, growth, etc. is usually sought after. And finally, food, either food or beverages with all kinds of backgrounds. In general, pictures with food. The truth is that they are bought and sold quite a lot. Well, at this point, once you know how these agencies work and you also know which pictures work best to make money, I imagine that you will start looking for different portals to start uploading them. Well, I have good news for you. I have selected the best portals on the internet. The best agencies for you to start uploading pics. The portals that pay the best and the portals that offer the least requirements for people who are starting in this world. So in the comments of this video, I'm going to write the different portals and agencies to go and register. Okay, so we continue with number 2. Monetizing social networks. Without a doubt we are living in a totally exciting time, a revolutionary time. As far as technology is concerned, we have never been so much in touch with our loved ones as well as with the whole world. Thanks to social networks, we can keep in touch with our friends. Social networks have brought us many good things. But have you ever considered using your social profiles to make money? Have you considered using or converting your profiles into financial assets? Because you can do it if you want to. Currently, it is undoubtedly the star business. It does not require any investment, only work, patience and effort to make your social profile an asset that will generate passive income for the rest of your life. Social media business works as follows. At the center of it are the influencers. And what is an influencer? Well, it is a person who has a lot of followers on social networks. They have a large community that follows him and his opinion is taken into account in different niche markets. You know, it can be fashion, it can be video games, it can be sports, it can be anything. On the other hand, there is the audience, the people who follow this influencer. The communication that the influencer establishes with these people is done through different social networks such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. But there is a third player in this ecosystem, which are brands. Companies that need to sell. And I'm going to tell you that the rules of the game are changing because nowadays consumers trust advertising on a social profile, on an influencer more than on a TV or radio ad. Therefore, brands ask this influencer to advertise one of their products in exchange for remuneration. And that advertising comes to you. Okay, the good news is that all of you can be an influencer, since many times it is not a question of the number of followers, but the quality of the account. That it is a healthy social profile and that there is interaction between the person, between the influencer and the followers. And the big question is, how much can you get to charge with a social profile with some relevance? Okay, let's see. Currently there are 3 social networks that we can say are the ones that dominate this ecosystem. They are Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. First, I want to emphasize that these are approximate amounts and can vary quite a bit depending on the type of influencer, the sector, the country, etc. A social profile can start charging perfectly from 10,000 fans, more or less, 10,000 followers. We start from 10,000, then 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, and 1 million. Now, we are going to see what could you earn in each case. In the case of Twitter, we start with 10,000 followers and it would be $80. The next bracket would be $250, $500, $2,500, and $5,000 just for a profile update. Okay. Well, that's what you agree with the brand. It can be 1 picture. It can be 2. Or it can be a campaign. But we see that through a profile of some relevance you already start generating money. If we go to Facebook for 10,000, we start with 90. The next 25,000 would be 300 and we go to 600, 3,000 and 6,000, approximately. And currently Instagram, which we could say is the trendy social network. From my point of view, it is actually the best performing social network. We start at $120. We see that's a difference, a little bit more. And we would go on for $400, $800, $4,000, even $8,000. I imagine that after seeing these figures and seeing that you can make money through social networks, you will want to go straight to work and open a profile on one of these social networks and start working. But before, let me give you 3 tips on how to create a social profile that will make you money in a niche that you feel comfortable with. So you have to ask yourself 3 questions. The first question is, what skills do you have? Okay. Do you know how to play a sport? Do you know how to sing? Do you know about finance? Is there any kind of skill that you can become an expert and teach others? The second question is, what knowledge do you have? Do you have a degree in any subject? Do you know a lot about anything? Are you a cook? Do you know medicine? Are you a lawyer? You name it. Something that you're good at. All that knowledge you can capture in social networks and monetize it. And the third one, what likes and hobbies do you have? Do you like to travel? Do you like comics? Do you like video games? All of those hobbies in which you have built up knowledge years after years and that you can monetize and expose to the public. If you create a social profile based on these 3 questions, I assure you that you will have much more chances of success, and besides you will have fun doing this job, which is the most important thing, to work with passion and at the same time have fun. Let's continue. The third type of asset is writing and publishing an ebook. Writing a book, whether in physical or digital format, fulfills the necessary characteristics to be a good asset. You work for a while and then you get paid for that effort for a lifetime. Previously, if you wanted to write a book, you depended on the publishers. They decided whether or not to publish your book. Nowadays that has changed, since you can write the book yourself and self-publish in digital format. And don't think that selling books in digital format is something residual, since the sales between physical and digital books have been narrowing in such a way that in 2017 the sale of digital books already surpassed the sale of physical books. The truth is that the printed format is losing more and more strength. So if it's getting easier to write a book and self-publish it, and more digital books are being sold. Writing an ebook is not a joke. It can be a pretty good asset. And the best of all, it's that it is at zero cost, since you can write the digital book from the device you're looking at me right now. The book can be as long as you want it to be, but it's gotta have a hook and that you need to know how to sell it. Now let's look at 5 tips to start writing your book, to get ideas. Let's get started. The first thing is that you have to have a place to write. A small office, a table, or a place where you are quiet and comfortable to start writing. The second thing is to write down all the ideas that come to your mind. You can use a notebook or you can use your smartphone. The third is to look around you. You need experiences to be able to write. Travel by train, visit different places, talk to people, and ideas will come to you. The fourth is a very surprising idea, but it works. Talk to your elders, talk to your grandparents, talk to your aunts and uncles, talk to your neighbors. If they are older people, I'm sure they have experiences that can give you ideas for a book. Fifth, when it comes to writing, it works to connect disparate elements. Mix 2 characters that have nothing to do with each other and have to solve a common problem. And then, apart from that, what do you want to write about? You can yourself the questions: what skills do you have? What knowledge do you have? And what are your hobbies? These 5 tips and these questions are a great starting point to start writing your book. If you like the video, I ask you to leave me a like, as it helps a lot to spread the word. If you are not subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do it. And very important, turn on notifications. This way you will know when I upload a video and you will be the first to see it. And remember, smart work is the key to success.